Welcome, everybody, back to Seoul, South Korea. This is the GSL Code A. I'm Doa, and with me, as always, is Wolf. How are you doing today, Wolf? Did you have a good Starcraft 2 watching weekend?
I did, man. It was awesome. It's not over yet.
No way, man. It's kind of, well, it is for us. It is Monday here, but in a lot of parts of the world, it's kind of like Sunday night, early Monday morning, so, you know.
Well, the week ends, the week begins.
That's
Starcraft
true.
Never ends.
That's true. You know, Monday, a lot of people complain about Mondays, but we've got so many great matches today that I don't think there's any reason at all to complain about Monday today.
No, absolutely not. We've got so many awesome matches today.
Absolutely.
Some old school guys like Inca and Squirtle and Fruit Dealer playing on our stream today.
Yeah, it's like GSL Open Season 2 or something. We've got like the gang back together again. Should be pretty cool. I mean, this is Code A. Of course, thanks to our sponsors as well. Look at those lovely little sponsor things we have down at the bottom of the screen.
Xperia lady down there.
That's right. She's happy about that phone.
She is.
Yep. She's got like 6 more of them like in her other hand. She's like, all the phones are mine now.
But people are always trying to call her. They're not sure which phone to call. She's not sure which one she's charged and which one she hasn't charged.
That'd be really confusing. You know, when I worked for like a phone company, I had like 3 phones at once, and it did get confusing a little bit. But it was fun. You know, when you work for something like that, you have to have a smartphone of every different operating system.
You got to know what, you know, when people ask you for help, you got to know what to do.
It's absolutely true. Yeah, exactly. It's like Fast and the Furious, only with phones, and not cool at all. So, look at that. Here we go. We've got a little bit of a schedule change to talk about. Yeah. First of all, the Code S that was going to be tomorrow and the next day is actually going to be bumped one day further back. So it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday instead of Tuesday, Wednesday. So
very true.
Change that on your calendars. Open them up on your smartphones. Change them. You know, you can hit the buttons because they're all touchscreen now, so you can do it like that. This is your touch phone calendar changing motion.
Get on your smartphone and go to im.gomtv.net.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go to your Twitter application and follow GOMTV on Twitter. You can follow me at ProxyWolf. You can follow Doa at GosuDoa.
Yep.
So please do all of those things.
That's right.
Unless you're already watching, you don't need to open the mobile site and watch there because you're already watching. You don't need to do that.
That's true.
But if you want to look up the schedule on your phone,
you know, we do have 2 streams going.
That's true.
So you actually could watch on your computer and on your phone as well. So if you want to.
Yeah, very true.
Why not? Go for it.
Oh, you're on top of stuff, man. I didn't even think about that.
I guess so. I don't know. I just try to do the best I can, Wolf. That's just it.
Oh, and, also our new winner prediction system. Go to GOMTV.net and go and predict who you think will win. We're trying to, push that through, make it a really cool thing that we can kind of interact with the viewers in the stream.
It is cool.
I really like it.
You can do it with your friends, and then when you're wrong, you can make fun of them. You can see my picks, and then when I'm wrong, you can make fun of me. So, a lot of fun all around. And, with the Code A round of 48 like we're in, or the Code A round 1 as it is now, we don't really go by numbers anymore. Who needs numbers anyway? We see a lot of players from Code S. The fact is that everybody except for 8 players in Code S is going to see some time in Code A this season. There is how to watch 2 streams at the same time. If you are watching that on a computer and you want to do that, you can go to preferences. That is on your GOM player. And
go to preferences, go to general, then it's the second to last check at the bottom. So you can open 2 GOM players at once. I don't know why you would ever have that unchecked, like in case you just really don't want the second one to be open. It's like if you really hate esports, okay, I guess so. You can uncheck that box.
If you want to hurt esports, you can check that box.
If you want to make it so that if you're watching one movie on the GOM player and you want to watch a second movie, it'll just cut off the first movie you're watching, so you can't watch 2 movies at once. Okay, those are the kind of people who keep that unchecked.
If you want to have less fun, then by all means, check that. But
here are results from earlier in Code A. You can see Tassadar, Finn, JYP, and Lucky advancing over their opponents. Naniwa facing Lucky a second time and not quite able to triumph there. Sase also losing out to JYP. Not what we, of course, what we expected. Not surprising to see Sase lose to JYP, the king of PvP.
Yeah, JYP is quite good. Despite, strangely enough, making some pretty big mistakes in some of his PvPs in the past, he always seemed to kind of win them one way or another.
Very true.
Definitely did the best I've ever seen in that match. We also saw Sazan, Genius, Lovesick, and Nada advance in their rounds already. So these guys, keep in mind, once you get through the Code A round 1, you're guaranteed to, at the very least, get into the up and down matches. And how Code A works kind of now is round 1, then round 2, and then if you win in round 3, you get into Code S. We just basically have a round of 24 players for the third round, and the top 12 go to Code S, the bottom 12 go to the up and downs. Now,
here's all our matches that we're not actually going to be showing on this stream. These are the matches that will be shown on the other stream. It's Supernova versus Vines, Monster versus Juke2, Zenio now on Team Liquid versus Mujuk, who's on actually the clan Rex, and Bomber versus Hope Torture, a team kill there, TVT.
Yep, Moltrap is over there casting those, so check that out. And here's what we're going to be doing today, Wolf. It is going to be Noblesse versus Inca, Czech, who is not on Prime anymore, versus Startail Squirtle, TSL Clyde versus Creator Prime. That is going to be an awesome match, although it's going to be difficult to see one of those guys lose. Startail Fruit Dealer versus Slayers Alicia. That will be interesting as well. I'm gonna talk up Creator Prime a little bit. I think this kid, he's like the Protoss version of Leenock, honestly. And we all saw what Leenock can do. Creator is going to be that guy, I think, in the next 6 months or so. I mean, watch this kid. He's awesome. I hope he plays well today, because if he doesn't, I'm going to look like an idiot. But honestly, Creator Prime, he's one of those guys, like, I watched him play the first time, and he just had so much potential. Hope he can follow through today. But let's take a look at our first match.
Who's this guy? It's Cute Foyu. No, it's not anymore. It's Noblesse on the team MVP. Yeah. Did fall out of Code S in GSL October. He's back, looking to succeed. And this guy's been around a while. I feel like he's like everything that he lacks everything that Keen has. Like, he's like a lesser Keen. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would agree with you, actually. I think so. I think he is kind of like one of the lesser Keens, is what you could call him. In the great pantheon of MVP Terran players, he's like a demi-Keen, I guess. Yeah. But he's good. He's really good in TVT. That's what I think. That's what kind of carried him a lot so far. Not going to be doing a TVT today, though, and I think that's where he kind of struggles. His TVP, as I remember it, isn't necessarily all that great. So we'll see what he can do. He's going to have to take on this guy.
Yeah, this guy, man. This guy is a GSL finalist. He was able to get back into Code A after falling out. He's one of the rare cases of people who've fallen out of Code A and made a return.
Yeah.
And this guy is, I said earlier that JYP is the king of PvP, but that's because Inca was out of commission. But this king of PvP is back. He's not playing PvP this time. His PvT can be solid. He actually plays a similar style to Creator. At least he was a long time ago, but he kind of changed up. Every now and then he does weird stuff like hiding 2 Stargates and trying to do a Void Rail all in against Rain. Every time he plays against Rain, he has a tendency to do that, but he's not playing against Rain today.
Well, because he knows Rain's going to do some kind of one-base thing against him anyway, so I'm just kidding. Rain's a good player. But, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I'm curious to see, because Inca is one of those guys, remember how we kind of said this is like GSL Open Season 2 again?
Yeah.
This is the kind of match we're talking about. Now, obviously, Noblesse wasn't around back then, but Inca has been around forever.
He's been around forever, man. And our maps are going to be Calm Before the Storm, Dual Sight, and Daybreak. I think we're going to see something pretty cool out of Noblesse. He's shown interesting strategies before. He's back in Code A. He fell out. And I think we're going to see something interesting from him.
Look at, he's got like a Nada store patch on his jacket now, too.
Yeah, man. I go to the Nada Mall.
Yeah? I heard about people going to that. Sounds pretty cool.
Sounds pretty cool indeed.
Wonder if he has a good food court in the Nada Mall. Are there going to be people that are Nada Mall rats out there? Who knows? Looks like the game is about to begin. Who's it going to be? MVP Noblesse versus OGS Inca here at the GSL Code A Round 1. Let's get in the game, guys. All right, thanks to our infinitely wonderful sponsors. Without you guys, obviously, Wolf and I would just be talking to each other and not to you. And here we go, down at the bottom right part of the map, in the red from the team MVP, one of the lesser teams. He is
MVP Noblesse.
Question is a lesser Keen, is Keen a lesser SC now?
Oh my god.
Oh, you gotta wonder. I don't know, man. And up here at the top left part of the map, in the blue, is our Protoss player from the team Old Generation Starcrafters. He is
OGS Inca.
He once held off a 2-gate proxy with 1 gateway.
Yeah, this kid's good. He's got great unit control. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's got long, puffy sleeves today, so
That's
he
true.
could be hiding a lot of tricks.
Inca is so good at PvP that I think if when the game started, he like attacked one of his own probes and killed it before he started mining, he could still win.
Look at that. Almost even as far as what the people out there think is going to be the result of this match.
And look at that, a hidden second barracks, slightly
I like
forward,
it.
a Maka-Rax, if you will.
It's Maka-ish, I guess. It's near an expansion.
It's you know, it's a little bit more forward than a Maka-Rax, but it's really smart for him to do this build because it's Nexus first for Inca.
Yeah.
It's almost ridiculous not to Nexus first on this map. But in this case, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be what he wants.
He could definitely do a lot of damage to Inca with this if Inca's not very, very careful. Is he going to scout cross positions first? If he does, he's got a chance to adequately prepare for this. So we'll see if he does. Some players do, some players don't. And it looks like he is.
He checks with the watchtower, and he's going to see that SCV now coming out.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, at cross positions with Noblesse's strategy here, it's kind of a risky strategy to open 2 barracks like that because it's such a macro-oriented map.
Oh, is he going to see anything? Did he see the other?
He will not see the second barracks. But keep in mind that what's going to be key here for Inca is really stopping any bunkering that happens. That's going to be key.
Yeah.
And here's the first bunker going down now for Noblesse.
Here's the question. Has Inca been practicing with his teammate 4GG lately to practice against this bunker rush?
I guess we'll find out, man. Forge going up, interestingly.
Actually, right?
Yeah, very true. He's changed his ID. But a Forge going up for Inca very quickly here.
Ah, okay. So he does kind of have an idea about what's going on. I think he did scout that barracks as well.
Well, he is going to be able to use, or attempt to use cannons to sort of push back any bunkering that goes on.
Oh,
the Zealot going for the SCV. It looks like it will finish.
Oh, it does. The SCV jumps inside the bunker, and now looks like Inca is going to be having to make a lot of extra cannons.
I actually don't think Inca can hold this man. He does not have any gas. He does not have a core. That cannon is not going to finish.
Yeah, a lot of SCVs coming as well for Noblesse. And 2 Zealots out, so Inca's going to need to control like crazy. The probes come off the line.
He's going to have to be very careful here. He does not want to engage with his probes in bunker range, and in fact he does, and the second bunker getting close to completing.
Oh, the cannon finishing too, but Inca's losing a lot of probes
Not targeting down the SCV, gets the SCV at the last second, but the second SCV finishes the bunker, and I think that's going to be it for Inca.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to hold this off now. The bunker is going to get a little bit low, though. 2 Zealots pounding away at it. The bunker, it does go down. And can the Marines take out the cannon before the cannon takes out the Marines? It looks like they'll barely...
Wow, you know, I thought that was it for Inca, but he held that. And right now the worker count is 18 to 14. Inca in the lead, man, and that cannon is still alive.
It is indeed another bunker going down.
The real problem here, though, is he does not have that cybernetics core up yet. It's 1/3 of the way done. The cannon remains alive, which means he won't be able to bunker very closely, but he can't stop units from sneaking around to the lower nexus, and there they go.
Yeah, you know, Noblesse killed a pylon there, but he's the one who's supply blocked at the moment, too, so that won't help him win any games.
That's very true. That cybernetics core getting dangerously close to finishing. When the first Stalker gets out, this will stop. Oh, huge miscontrol by Noblesse.
Man.
Walking too close to that cannon. He is going to be able to bunker up next to that Nexus, though.
Yeah, very, very unnecessarily losing a Marine. 4 more SCVs on the way here for Noblesse. He is beyond all in. He is like, he's more all in than a black hole, Wolf, man. There's no getting out of this.
There is no way out of this, man. That second bunker is getting really close to finishing, but he does get the SCV. Preventing the second bunker, but there are a few more SCVs arriving now. The Stalker is almost out. Will he finish the bunker?
I don't know. It doesn't look like he will. He's going to have to lose a lot of SCVs to do it. Using the SCVs to buffer for the Marines. And the bunker. Oh, he didn't target the SCV.
Close, but it does finish.
What a game to start off with here.
Keep in mind, even if he loses these probes, though, he's going to be in an okay spot with how much Noblesse has spent. It looks like he's going to save a decent amount of them, actually.
Oh, he's going to run those probes right past the bunker as well. Lose another one. Inca's still walking a tightrope here, putting down a couple more gateways. He's going to be up to 4 gates now.
Yeah, and you know what? This is actually a pretty good spot for Inca. If he can just break one of those bunkers with good Stalker micro. Ooh, double command centers going down for Noblesse. But Inca...
What's even bigger, man, is that there's a pylon going up in the natural of Noblesse, and that is going to be a lot of trouble for him once the warp-in starts there.
Very true, and the Nexus for Inca will fall here, but he's going to have enough units to hold off the Marines that are in his base. and he's going to start putting pressure on once that warp gate finishes.
I think
and
so.
by the way, warp gate is finishing right now.
That it is. So, what's going to happen? Trying to sneak the Stalkers out, cut off reinforcements. Inca's played this really, really well.
DD has a bunker going up in the main base of Noblesse, but his depots are down. We're going to see how quick his reaction time is here.
Yeah, you know what? That bunker's going up really slowly, and if he's not careful, those Zealots are going to waltz right in there.
If he raises the depots in time, which he does now raise,
Okay.
he should be totally fine against this.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, Wolf.
It's going to be okay, but, man, Inca is in a lot of trouble. His Stalkers low on hit points in his main base. The Zealots he's warped in are not useful here, and the bunker will finish.
Oh, no. Can Inca have any hope of breaking this moving up the ramp?
He's going to try.
He's going to do it. Oh, is the depot going to get raised? It's the depot. Oh, it is. All right. He's going to be okay. He's going to fire at that depot from the low ground.
Going for the depot. It's looking very low.
Oh, he gets one SCV. Can he target down the depot?
The depot does
he
go
gets
down,
it.
but he's done too much damage to the Stalkers.
Yeah.
Now Inca has to retreat regardless, not even killing any of the
look at
SCVs
that.
here.
He actually did stop position on the SCV so the Zealots would stop attacking them. That was beautiful control by Noblesse. Both of these guys just playing really, really good this game.
Now, meanwhile, the bunkers in the main of Inca have been unloaded. The Marines are in the middle of the map. They're on the tower. Will Inca see them and control his Stalkers properly? Oh, no! Beautiful trapping by Noblesse, damaging all of these Stalkers. But again, Inca microing incredibly well, not losing any of them.
Yeah.
But Inca is so behind at this point. 4 Marines hiding in this bunker. The Zealot will go down.
Yep. Looks like he will salvage it in time. Salvaging both
Wow.
of them. In fact, nice job there.
Noblesse way ahead at this point. Inca has a better army, but that's all he has at this point. Right now, the worker count is 31 to 21 in Inca's favor, but with 3 orbitals soon to be done dropping mules, that's not going to matter very much.
Absolutely, Wolf. I mean, Noblesse has put a lot of pressure on. He's done the damage he needed to do. Killing the Nexus was kind of the big victory there. And now with this pylon out of the way, he's not going to have a lot to worry about for the next, couple minutes here.
Very true. He's already got his factory mostly done way before Inca's Robo is going to finish. He's got Stim on the way. He's got +1 on the way. Inca has a huge hole to dig out of.
This is not the typical game we see on this map either. Usually we see a very slow, methodical type of TVP. I mean, think of like Clyde versus the Protoss that he ended up playing. I'm trying to remember who that was. Was it Huck who he played in Codesk just the other day? Anyway, it was, very slow and methodical. You know what I mean?
Right. The reason why Noblesse used to have the ID cute was because it did a lot of cute strategies. And I like that Noblesse just said, it's calm before the storm, and I think you're going to Nexus first. That's a pretty good assumption. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
People have done this before on this map, and it's awesome.
Interesting. Putting a
Warp
pylon
Prism
down there.
as well. So he really wants to put on some pressure with those warp gates.
Yep. Can maybe get the Warp Prism down there, warp in some units at that pylon, or just warp in some units wherever the Warp Prism is, I guess.
Getting some nerd chills just seeing the decision making of these players on this map. People starting to finally just say, you know what, no, I'm not going to Command Center first, actually.
Well, watching MLG and the IPL qualifiers this weekend and seeing the level of play we've seen in the GSL lately, it is so much better now than it was early on this year. I mean, I'm just imagining the games I casted when I got to Korea in March compared to what we're seeing now. Head and shoulders just way above everything
Way
we've seen
better,
there.
yeah.
The skill level in StarCraft 2 is just rocketing up extremely quickly at the moment, I feel.
I agree, man. I remember when Cute Foyu played his first game in the GSL TBT and he went Ghosts and EMP'd a Banshee. And here he is. He's still around, still doing cool stuff. He's still Cute Foyu to me, man. Like a sentry drop going to land over here in the third base of Noblesse. He may be able to force field the ramp and kill some SCVs, but we'll see just how many he's going to get.
There's not a lot of room to fly around on this map, so I don't know if this is going to end up being the best map for this type of play. We'll have to see. He's going to force field that ramp, I think. Yep, there we go.
And he's going to warp in some Zealots to most likely damage the rest of these units. Choosing to go for Stalkers, an okay choice.
Oh, that's what he can do then is fire from a range. Oh, but look at that. Brilliant decision-making from Noblesse, dropping those units there.
Going to lose the Warp Prism with both sentries inside.
Wow, Noblesse just... His decision-making this game has been so fast and so good.
Yeah, really nice timings. And part of that drop for Inca was to find out, do you have medevacs yet or not?
Yeah.
And he found out, yes, he does.
Guess so. Yep. No doubt about that
If there were no medevacs, he could have actually killed every last SCV there, and that was his intent. And that was a smart decision, but his timing was just a little bit late on that.
Yep. Now, looks like Inca's going to try to get some upgrades here, get a second forge, and keep going with Robotech. Sometimes we see players see the Stargate or the Starport come out rather for Terran and be like, all right, I'm going to go for Templar now, switch things up immediately. Looks like, though, Inca's going to play things a little bit more old school, I guess you could say.
Yeah, sticking with, I think he's going to stick with just 2 Colossus with range for now.
Yeah.
There are actually no Vikings out for Noblesse just yet.
That's right.
Just made the 4 medevacs, 2 more on the way. He's going to catch this small force here. That's cut off from the rest of Noblesse. This is really good for Inca.
Yeah.
But the factory...
Really oh, he draws the stim. Beautiful.
Nice.
Getting
but
those Colossi out just far enough to draw that.
These drops, man, are going to be deadly because Inca is way out of position. He can target down that Nexus.
Yeah, he might be able to, or at the very least, kill a lot of SCVs here. And I think, Noblesse is going to be able to force a cancel on that 3rd Nexus as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really nice multitasking here from Noblesse. Gets the drop out, and the Nexus will have to be canceled.
Canceled it.
Drops again as soon as the units leave.
Oh, Noblesse is just pressing me today, man. Noblesse. He's got a lot of cute tricks, doesn't he?
Yeah, and when all of your units are sent back and forth, you're not really paying attention. This can happen, man. That's exactly what Noblesse is hoping for with these drops.
Yeah, man. He is playing Inca like a Dance Dance Revolution game. He's making him run all over the place.
Oh, man. He's like
So
the character
great.
that you're always making dance.
I know, yeah. You gotta feel sorry for that character.
It's like on the hardest difficulty, too.
He's playing on heavy. I used to play on heavy.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
It means you're not a noob.
I know. Although in Korea they have pump. They don't usually have DDR. And pump, the arrows are they're pointing to the corners instead of top, right, and the left and bottom. I don't like that as much.
I grew up with pump more than DDR, so most of my friends in the United States were Korean. Hold that thought, because another stim coming in here. He doesn't have Vikings, but he's just going to ignore the Colossus.
Yeah.
Does decide to back up.
Not a lot of force fields either here. In fact, none at all.
I think he may have too many units, but the Colossi look like they will hold a little bit longer.
Noblesse got a little bit too aggressive there. It wasn't quite time yet. He did kill a lot of gateway units, but
now one
I guess
Viking
he's
is going to
gonna
kill the Colossus.
Yeah. All right, well, that's sad. But, yeah, Noblesse going a little bit too fast for that. A medevac forever unit.
Very true. Right now, I'll give you guys some unit numbers. 61 probes to 53 SCVs. He still has that worker count lead from before. Just now getting his Nexus up, so he's lost a lot of mining in comparison. 3 Colossi remain alive. 9 Marines, or 9 Marauders and 8 Marines out on the map for Noblesse right now, so he's got a decent sized force.
Well, the nice thing for Noblesse is by killing those gateway forces, he's basically made it so that Inca can't move out. A lot of Protoss like to move out with that 4 or 5 Colossus timing push, right? And now he's kind of made it so Inca can't really do it. So, yeah, he's going okay. I don't think Inca was going to do it anyway, but at least
now
Noblesse
he can't
can ensure that.
He has no option to do that. He is making a Dark Shrine now, though, because he realizes that, hey, I need to probably start thinking about moving out soon, but what can I do if he drops me in my main? I'm going to need to have a Dark Shrine so I can defend those drops.
You can also sort of test the defenses of Inca or of Noblesse as well.
That Observer's not long for this world, man.
I don't know. Sometimes they live a long time. Oh, I guess not.
I knew. I looked at his vision. I was like, oh, he knows.
He's got to know, yeah.
So many Vikings there, man. That Observer had no chance.
No. Well,
another Warp Prism here.
I like this. This has been happening a lot on the Masters League in Korea here. A lot of the Protoss have been doing this double forge style with the Robo and Warp Prism harass. It's become very, very popular, so I'm not surprised at all that we're seeing Noblesse do it, or Inca rather, do it in this match here.
You know what? I think that the Warp Prism buff helped this a little bit.
I
feel like what that buff did more than anything was encourage it, and I really like that.
Well, it was doable before, but you just had to be so careful with your Warp Prisms. It was so easy to lose them that a lot of Protoss players are like, well, why invest,
Right.
Why make that investment when I could be making a Colossus or something like that?
Ooh, he's going to drop Dark Templar with this, actually, interestingly enough. There's no
this.
turrets in the main base for Noblesse, so this could do a lot of damage, but more importantly, what could do a ton of damage is Noblesse's main attack force here.
It's a big army right now. He's going to scan. He's going to see only a couple sentries here. Guardian Shield goes up, and here goes Noblesse. Great positioning there with the Vikings. Hardly any Stalkers at all. And it looks like Noblesse is just going to crush this army.
Yeah, the drop is going on, but he's not sending his Dark Templar in the correct direction.
Yeah, Scan is going to take that out pretty easily, and I think we're going to see Noblesse take game 1.
Absolutely,
Really well played by both of these guys.
The DT is doing what they can.
Yeah, Does he have another scan? This might...
Looks like he does just now have another scan.
Okay.
And
So he's gonna
uses
run
it.
to the main, yeah. Is he going to kill those DTs? Oh, yeah, he is. Not a lot of bio
Even
left,
if he
though.
doesn't, he'll be totally fine.
Well, he's really far ahead either way.
Well, it's 4 Dark Templar, 1 Colossus, and 2 Stalkers to 4 Vikings and 19 Marauders.
Oh, he's trying to get a turret up in time. That Marauder's just taking it like a boss. Now he's dead. He's taking it like a boss. Now he's dead.
DT is remaining alive for Inca, but for how much longer?
I don't know, man. Not a lot of scans for Noblesse right now. So these DTs are actually being really effective.
There they go,
for
though.
now.
And the turret does finish in the main base.
Yeah.
He's got more command centers going up all around the map he can make into orbitals.
Yeah.
Nice control with these Vikings. And I think this is going to be the end for Inca.
I think so, man. I mean, despite how effective these DTs have been at stalling things, it looks like Noblesse is just going to have too much. Although, what's the worker count right now? It's 57 to 47, 57 SCVs to 47 probes. So.
The key here is, though, in TVP, you have to have an army that's even with your opponent. GG, and he does not, man. 2 Zealots and 1 DT left. That's all he's got.
Yep, and Noblesse got a big smile on his face. He played great. He deserves it, but he's got to win another game to advance. Not out of the woods just yet.
He's conquered the first game of Inca.
That's right.
He's like, I've seen this civilization before.
Jumped on the... That's right. It's kind of like the end of Mario where he like jumps on the flag and he slid down the flagpole. Now he's like jumping into the pipe. He's going to go into the underground level.
Yeah, but, he's probably, that game he kind of skipped around and did some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think this game he's not going to try to go for the warp levels at the end. He's actually just going to go up the main pipe and say, that's it. I just have a 2-0 here.
That's the way you got to play. Let's be honest with ourselves here,
Yeah.
right? If you're going to play a Mario Brothers game, don't do that like level skipping. I'm going to run along the top of the bricks. Don't do that.
Yeah, then you beat the
Just
next level
beat
with
the level.
with the Iggy who drops the things on you, and then you go down the pipe again, then you skip again?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Because how dumb do you feel if you mess up a couple times in the last level and you run out of lives and it's game over and you're like, if I would have just gone through the normal levels, I would have had so many extra lives.
But then you're like, well, since this only took me 20 minutes, it doesn't really matter.
And it's Mario Brothers, so I guess it's not
So it's
like
really
a big part of my
easy.
life anymore. It's true. Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, I think Noblesse, though, will probably play the next game pretty straight up. I don't think we'll see 2 racks play from or anything like that. The map is going to be dual site, so it's a 2-player map. We're not going to see Inca go for a risky Nexus first.
Yeah, dual side, man. This is going to be a good map for Noblesse. I mean, lately we've been seeing Protoss just get destroyed in TVT on this map. The natural is so hard to hold for Protoss. Have to see.
This is not a good map for Protoss versus
Terran.
Terran. I would completely agree.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. The natural is so wide open. Terran can usually just, in most cases, waltz up with the 2 racks and cancel your Nexus right there.
Very true.
Seen it time and time again. Will history repeat itself? Will Noblesse win Game 2 on dual side in advance, or will Inca stage the beginnings of a comeback? Let's find out. This is GSL Code.